the era of 5 guards, 6 guards, multiple men, multiple teams,
right,
working protection, right? I had never seen it before. I had never seen it before I started.
Right.
Right. When you're talking about, I remember when I was a kid, I watched this 50 Cent concert. I watched this 50 Cent concert, and Jay know about this. I think it was in Jamaica or wherever it was.
Kingston, Jamaica.
Yeah, Kingston, Jamaica.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
50 is at this concert, and you see the biggest monsters on stage with 50.
Right.
Now, this is Kingston, Jamaica.
Just a collection.
Just a collection of the biggest monsters, cut-off shirts. What was it, A1 T-shirts? And one T-shirts?
Shirts, A1 T-shirts, cut-off A1 T-shirts. Well, I had a West Virginia football shirt on.
Right.
Cut-off T-shirts. Whatever we wore to the gym, we wore on stage.
Facts.
That was our look.
Facts.
Just,
and Tim boots.
Right.
And Tim boots. And Tim boots.
Just to make it known.
The biggest collection.
Yeah.
The biggest collection of monsters I had ever seen on one stage, and then you understand, right?
Straight up, yeah.
Then you understand what's going on. You understand the power and the movement. Because you got to remember, at that time, 50 was the most hated artist in the industry?
Artist, not
right.
that 50 Cent had people don't realize this. The man had a contract hit on his life. For 18 months, I slept on the floor by that man's bed.
Facts.
The one thing I give 50 Cent credit for, if we, from the gym to the sound check to the truck, we had a full itinerary, and everything we did from point A to point B was documented. We moved like the president. We had bulletproof cars. We had chase vehicles. We had a dummy vehicle. Every state we went to, we had an advanced team for our drivers. So we got off the plane, vehicles there. If you sat in the right seat, your hammer or your whatever you needed for your party favor was neat your seat for you.
Right.
Facts.
That's dope.
I mean, this is a golden era. This is a golden era of protection.
Do things like that happen now? I mean, as far as like
now,
seamless.
This the part that now I will say this: certain artists are smart enough to let the driver have a walkie. Well, I'm sorry, if security is smart enough to tell the client or management, look, this is how we need to move. All drivers need to have communication with us. We don't need a taxi driver coming out. Something could happen. No service, anything. You have a walkie-talkie. We're coming out, or maybe 20 minutes before we come out, one of the guards goes out by the vehicles and lines the vehicles up. Or
right.
in certain cases, if there's 9 of us, one guy's job is to stay outside with the vehicles.
Facts.
So there's people think the threat might not always be inside. You come outside, you might got to get greasy too.
Right.
But if you're already ready for the party outside, when your reinforcement comes, it's going to be a big party.
Facts. Now, see, what he's talking about here
strategically, that makes perfect sense.
What he's talking about here is how I started. I started on the advanced team.
Yep.
I started as the advanced man. So that was my job. I didn't go in. That was Killer J. That wasn't my job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
His job was to secure the principal. My job was to make sure that the venue was ready. My job is to make sure he knows everything about the venue before he goes in.
Right.
And my job is job is to make sure that the trucks are ready, to make sure the drivers know what's up.
Yep.
Make sure the routes are ready, already laid out. That's the importance of an advance man.
Yep.
And that's the importance of information, especially when you're getting it to somebody who's protecting the principal.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
And that's for years. And we're not talking about people. I can't express the importance of how famous and how big of a threat that we're responsible for protecting, right?
Right.
When you're talking about Curtis Jackson, you're talking about Missy Elliott, you're talking about the biggest names in the industry at that time.
Right.
And that's just them.
Yeah.
When we start talking about Birdman, we start talking about Young Money, Cash Money. When we start talking about Floyd Mayweather, when you start talking about those people, you're talking about the biggest names in that era at that time.
Right.
Right? And you're responsible for their protection.
Right.
I mean,
100%.
I mean,
it's priceless information. This is priceless information.
Tell me how it was, because I remember when I started with Floyd. Tell me how important it was, how you ran Floyd's team in the beginning, and how many guys we had at that point.
this is the most important thing about putting a team together, right? I tell anybody, when I put my team together, my guys know me, meaning they know what I eat, how I like to eat, how I like to move. If you know me, then you don't gotta. Is Jay upset? What's going on? You can read my face and know where to go. So my thing is like Legos, personalities. You can have somebody who's the greatest fighter in the world, but he can't work with a team. So I love dogs, right? You could have 20 pit bulls; they might not get along, but you have 7 Argentine dogos. They're gonna rape anything in the woods because they're pack hunters.
Right.
I needed pack hunters. I need somebody that doesn't have an ego. My man, you want the cars. My man, you by that door. You by the door. Everybody can't be by the boss. I need the perimeter. Once you have a team that can work like that, and no one's trying to be an Instagram model, and no one's trying to tell their girlfriend, oh, yo, look at me, I'm on 24/7, that moves like a special forces unit, then we won.
Yeah, that's real. Pay attention.
I can take a barber and turn him into a Navy SEAL. Just he got to have the personality.
Right.
Personality makes the magic.
Right.
Because everybody's been on a first date before, right? When you're with your client, always put the first date. You gonna meet a girl, and that first date you got to swooze her. When you're with your client, you got to remember this: the greatest gift a man can give another man is his life and his freedom. When your client knows that this guy's gonna give me his life and his freedom, his personality towards you is gonna be like a mother and son. It's something cherished.
Right.
Facts.
So once I was able to put the same guys on the same thought pattern as me, we can do anything.
Facts.
If all we got to do is get you out this club and safe, I promise you, these 9 figures going to make sure we're going to rock for you. You are king. We're going to protect your kingdom. And that's what it took. So I was with Floyd like always. I always get the gig by myself. What happened was I used to work for a football player named Sean Merriman from San Diego Chargers. And we were at a club one time, and Floyd's people saw me. How you doing? Whatever. And an altercation happened in the club. I got Sean out of the club, but one of Floyd's guys is from my area. I went back in the club, made sure Floyd was straight. So he told P. Rilla to get my name. Then All-Star Week in New Orleans, I went with Floyd. Then Killer J put the magic down. Then from there, I was gone.
Great.
Then the next move I make, I brought Nico out there. Then the rest is like history. After Nico, I brought Tank. After Tank, we got Dave. After Dave, we got Jordan. After Jordan, we got Block.
Yep.
Well, Smitty could have went, but Smitty gave the blocks, and that was our team. And we moved like a collective unit. Then while we're out there, we also picked up Kip.
Yeah.
So that was everybody had a
shout
purpose,
out Big Kip. Shout out Big Kip.
Word.
Now, I don't think people looked over. People probably looked over the whole aspect about him, about what he eats, right? We had dietary restrictions.
Right.
Let's keep it a buck. We had dietary. We would have to eat like peanut butter sandwiches.
Peanut butter, straight protein.
Straight protein. Almond butter, peanut butter sandwiches.
There you go.
It was literally like people who are in the military understand what I'm talking about. It was really like chow time. We would have chow time.
Beautiful.
We would have to train every day. Same gym. We would have to train every day, and people kind of sleep on the 24/7. I'm gonna go ahead and drop that right now. 24/7, the most highly watched episode of 24/7 with Floyd Mayweather was the episode on Horsemen. I'm gonna go ahead and just go ahead and say
right. That's the one where you was like me mugging the person and they couldn't get a response. He was just like, I don't even see you. I don't even see you.
That was TMZ.
Oh, that was TMZ. Oh, okay.
24/7 is the most epic thing ever on reality TV. We literally picked the car up and moved it.
Picked the car up and moved it.
Jay, you remember?
Yo, we have to intercut to them picking the car up and moving it. I don't know what we got to do in post, but there's going to be a cut right here. Yo.
One thing about Floyd, it was time. So we knew from 6 a.m. till 1 o'clock, we could do eat, shower, shit, shave. I can cuss?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Eat, shower, shit, shave, hit the gym and be at that gym at 1:45 because the boss is supposed to train at 2 o'clock. But one thing about the boss, he might come at 1:51, 1:52, 1:53. So before the boss get there, we clear the gym out because it's his time to train. So some neutron parked his car in the boss's parking spot. Now,
right in front of the gym.
What did he call him? Somewhat
Neutron.
Neutron. So we're like, yo, whose car is this? No one's saying whose car it is. So whose car is it again? I said, you know what? Fuck this. I said, come on, let's go. We're going to show you what Gorilla Power do. We picked the car up and moved it to another spot. We're like, yo, now your car's over there. Your transmission, your axle might be fucked, but it's over there now.
But it's out of the way. Yo, that's hilarious.
Oh, man. And this is some of the... Go ahead.
And to speak on what Tank said, shout out to Jackson. Jackson was the producer of 24/7. He told the client, look, everybody knows you're financially secure. Everybody knows you had this. But you have 8 specimens walking behind you. People want to see them. And like my brother just said, they tape us in the gym. They tape us in. If you want to get truthful, that episode won that man a Tony Award.
That's right.
Wow.
No, that's facts.
Yeah.
That's facts. He got that. He got a Tony Award for that episode. Now,
For that episode.
the craziest thing about that episode is that also debuted the pickup truck. You remember?
Yep.
What was the pickup truck?
Pickup truck was probably the worst. I don't know what the fuck it was. Toyota pickup, and me and Nico used to drive in it daily.
It was
He said daily.
He used to drive in 76. You know.
So you gotta imagine Floyd running the streets in a whatever the fuck, a Bugatti, whatever he was driving
at the time. Right.
And we would be in this Toyota. Right, a McLaren.
A McLaren.
So he's driving the street in a McLaren, and we're like following behind him in this 2-seater
Toyota
pickup. But that's how that's how it was, man. We didn't give a fuck. It didn't matter.
A to B.
As long as
it's like we
there.
are exactly. We have an engine and 4 wheels.
As long as we get
we are exactly.
We look like
that is hilarious.
Biracial Amish people in a horse and buggy.
What about the Amish people in the horse and buggy?
That's what we look like.
Right. In
Far behind the boss
exactly.
in McLaren with that truck. We look like biracial Amish people in a horse and buggy falling behind a car.
Straight up.
That's
the perfect analogy.
And that's how it was, because he would call you. We would get calls 3 or 4 in the morning. Hey, we going to the strip club.
This how the phone call would come. You get a phone call and everything with him.
It's like a fireman.
Hyper. Champ on the move. Champ's on the move. Champ's on the move. When he say that, we run out of the hotel. Yeah, you got to remember this. Tank lived in Vegas. So at the time, he stayed with us because you don't know when you're going to get a call.
Don't know. We lived at the Silverton.
Yeah.
Silverton Hotel.
We lived at the Silverton. So imagine me telling Chanel, hey, look.
I'm going to be living
I'm going to be staying
like
at the
Silverton.
Right. So you have to understand, the idea was, this is boot camp.
Exactly. That's what it is.
You got to remember, I wanted it so bad. I wanted to do it so bad, and I wanted to be like these guys so bad. Mm-hmm. You know, Jay paid me out of his own pocket.
Right.
Yep.
Right. I used to sit there. I would sit there. I remember. I'll never forget this. We was outside the gym, and Floyd's, what was his name?
Leonard Ellerby.
Leonard Ellerby.
Right.
Floyd's money manager, whatever.
Money manager, the money man.
The whatever. His man that ran everything, right?
Yeah.
So he would come out, he would be like, he'll give everybody their checks. So everybody get their checks. Boom. Get their check. And I'm just sitting there. And he's like, he looked at Jay, he was like, and he's your responsibility. Right? And I'll never forget that, Jay.
Word for word, that's what he said.
That's what he said. He said, he's your responsibility. And Jay was like, no problem.
Right.
Never asked for an extra dime, nothing.
Yeah.
Right?
Like I got him.
Like don't even worry about it.
They recognize that too. They recognize that's, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right. And see, that's
2 for 1, basically. It's like a 2 for
1.
Yeah.
And that's what I said when